Welcome back to part two on this issue of creating compelling quality content quickly. Hi, I'm Terry Brock, and in this lesson, this part two, we're going to talk about how you can get ideas, how you can capture them quickly, how you can edit, and even more. So stay tuned on this episode of Agorapreneurs.
Welcome to Agorapreneurs, standing for liberty and freedom, all done peacefully. Now, here is your guide, Terry Brock.
Hi, I'm Terry Brock, and here on Agorapreneurs, we talk about you, the entrepreneur, who wants to live life freely, living voluntarily, not initiating force or coercion. I like the way that Leonard Reed said it, anything that's peaceful. That's what we're doing, and one of the ways you can do that is you create content. That's what this is about here. We got a three-part series here. This is part two. We're going to be talking about how you can create content, the whole cycle, everything from how do you get the idea when you're going, ooh, I don't know what I'm going to say, all the way through to processing it, the right tools to use and everything. And it ties in with a course that we have right now that's available for you as well. Here, let me pull this up on a screen here. You can get this. The full course is terrybrock.com/5K. And notice the K is in lowercase. That's important. 5K, and it's going to be on how you can create your content quickly and compelling content and things like that. And so this is what it's all about here. And one of the ways you're going to do that, we're going to talk about here, we've mentioned before, is restreaming. And by using Restream with a live stream studio, you're going to be able to do that. And here's a coupon we've got for you. We've got this just for you. If you go over there and type in bit.ly/restream for you, get it, for you, and the number 4, etc., you're going to be able to get a $10 credit on your purchase when you go in and you go from the free account up to the paid account. You'll be able to get this and be able to do well. And also write this down, capture this screen there with your screen capture, maybe pause the video, take a look at this. I've got a video on how to use their live studio, the features in it. You go to bit.ly/restream live studio. Notice that's as one word. And you capitalize the R, the L, and the S. And then, of course, to get your prescription there, bit.ly/restream for you. So you can do that right now, but we're taking a lot here on this from a couple of different places where you can look at it. And we're going to share a screen here. This is part of the course itself, where we've got there. We start here. Let me come back here and go up here. There we are. Notice create compelling quality content quickly. What I'm calling, with tongue-in-cheek, the 4K solution. So you got all those Ks in there and all of that. But we're on volume 1. If you haven't seen that, go back to part 1, take a look at it. And I talked about a lot of different things of what you can do, how to start moving with it. And now we're up here. We're going to look at where you can get fed. Where do you go? Where do you get your ideas? Well, one of the ideas is with books. And I got to tell you, this is one of the most important. Getting books gives you tapping into your brain in a way that most people don't today. You're able to get the kind of information you want. And something happens to your brain when you're reading a book, much more than just reading some tweets or reading something real fast, like even a short Facebook post or LinkedIn post. As great as they are, there's a place for those. But reading a book, going in depth, gives you a lot of good meat, and that gives you ideas that others normally would not have. So I would recommend going in there on that, and you'll see here we talk about the podcasts, how you can get that. I like the idea and encourage you to read from what dead people have written, because if it's been around for a few hundred or a few thousand years, chances are it's pretty good, and you can do a lot. Also, don't forget blogs. Hey, blogs are really important. You follow the same ideas and reasoning and work with them, and make sure that you do that. And reading blogs I particularly like, because you see, you can read faster than you can listen or watch. If you're reading something, learning how to use particularly speed reading, or my preferred choice of photo reading from Learning Strategies, a really good technique that helps you to read fast and assimilate more. Really learn a lot more. We can't go into it here on this. We'll do another program here on Agorapreneurs, but look into that. And of course, video. We all go today to the University of YouTube. Yeah, where you can go. There's amazing amount of information on a wide variety of topics over there on YouTube. By tapping into that, you're going to be able to find out about how to do certain tasks, but also the educational side of what's there. I think it's a great time to be alive today. Now, more than ever, because of the capabilities and what we have with the literature and the material. And then conversations with real life people. Do not over or underestimate that. Talking to real people, interviewing them. By the way, if you have a podcast, That's a great way to get access to some really good people. If you have a good podcast and you're getting some people listening to you on a regular basis and a devoted, real good audience, people are going to want to contact you because they want to get to your audience through you, and then you can work with them on their audience. So you help each other in a reciprocal way. But this is a great way to create the content that you're working with. And I really recommend getting into that also. By the way, make sure you pay attribution. Don't plagiarize when you get material elsewhere. And here, this is important. Seek out people who cite research and use the word you often. Be careful with those who use the I word so much they have what I call eye trouble. You want to look for those people that are talking about others, that are helping others. They're citing research. Too many people, I've seen it with my dear friends who are professional speakers. They're talking about I did this, I'm doing that, I did this, here's my experience. Well, that's nice for a little bit, very little. As they say in Japan, skoshi this, just a little bit of that. We don't want a whole lot of that. What we want is just enough so we know, okay, you're credible, but cite other literature, other references, and other people that you've talked to. That's going to be important. And then capture those ideas. Now, this is really important. Notice I got a picture of me there with talking into my smartphone. And what I'll do, here, let me reach over and grab it. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Right here. I can take this, and when I get an idea, when I'm reading, I like to talk it in here. There's a secret you can use on this. Use Google Docs and their voice typing or what you have on your phone. I'm using my Samsung Galaxy Note 20 here. I also have my iPhone 11 right now. These are the current technologies that I'm using as I'm recording this. But I can use this. I can read from something. And then when I get an idea, talk it into the dictation service here. Because think about it. You can talk faster than you can type. Much faster than you can write with your hand. So use that mechanism in the phone to take the words that you see, the ideas you have, and dump them down into printed text. Then you can go back later and you can do the editing. You can find out what it is. You want to language it, wordsmith it, and make it a little bit better. But I can't stress that enough. Listen to that in the course when you go over and get the 5K course. You'll find that there's a lot there of using that. And also I mentioned here that consider the use of using not one but two cell phones. By using the two, you're going to be able to get a lot more that way as well. And also here, by the way, we mentioned our sponsor here, Bitly, Restream for you. You can get some information there and get a discount of $10, get a $10 credit on when you get it. I'm using Restream, and this is a great way to create your content. By using a live Restream, there's an action and energy that's there from what's going on live. Also, you get feedback from others who are coming on the screen. I am a huge fan of doing live streaming, and I found that Restream is a wonderful, wonderful tool. I really recommend you get involved with that. Let me know when you do. If you sign up for it and get in the program, let me know. And what I'm doing is I'm putting together some goodies and extra things for you so I can add your name to the list on that as well. And let's keep going here on this here. We got so much here. You want to build up. Here's a really important point number 4. Build your ROI, your reservoir of ideas. And I got to thank Richard Fabosi for helping me on that one. I came up with the idea of reservoir of ideas, and he said, oh, that's your ROI. And I realized, yes, he's exactly right. You want to have that because as you build that up, you're going to do well. What you want to do is consider here, I'm looking at the screen here, have a tank where you put them, consider silos where you can put different ideas, and then develop systems to follow those. Well, what do I mean by that? Well, here's what I would recommend. I use Google Docs, and I have a page on Google Docs where I pump all my information of content creation ideas. So I read something in the book, I jump over there and talk it into there. If I talk to a friend and I get an idea, oh, put it in there. I'm watching a YouTube video and I go, whoa, that's a great idea. Pause the video, grab my phone and jump over into Google Docs. Then I dump it in there. And the reason is because now I have one central repository. One place where I've got all these ideas. So when it comes time to sit down and start creating, that's where I go. That's the secret. I go in there and I see it. I find out what's happening. So you want to build that reservoir of ideas, your ROI. That will help you enormously when you're doing it. And so that's going to be critical. And then finally, on this particular issue here on volume 2, you want to make sure you use the right tools like Zoom, Loom, Big View. I've used a lot of those. Go to the course and take a look at the course in the 5K course. You'll find that there's a lot of information that are there for you. And I am looking forward to hearing from you. Drop me a note, terry@terrybrock.com. Whether you're catching this on video or on audio, wherever it is, I want to hear from you. Thanks for joining me, and I wish you much continued success in your content creation.